Hey guys, it's Core Ross and World War 6 News. Today we're going to have the mid-season balancing. We're going to get some big buffs to Chanka, but also some big nerfs to a lot of operators as well, along with Jager. So let's buzz through what's going on here. So this is the Year 6 Season 1.3 designer notes. We'll probably see the mid-season balancing patch up on the test server this week. So let's begin with our usual balancing graphs here. So pretty much with the attackers here, we're continuing to see a very similar move with Ashe being at the top, Zofia being just below her, but getting closer and closer every single season. We've got Ace here doing pretty well with win rate and pick rate, and then we have a good collection in the center here with a few sporadic ones all around. Glass still doing terrible down here, and not really any kind of crazy outliners when it comes to win rates or anything. So attackers I don't think are looking too bad. And then if we move on to defenders, it's the usual thing here. We've got Jager with a 95% pick rate, but he is falling down here. He is beginning to lose a few games. But the thing is, remember, he's in every goddamn game. This is the thing. He's in every single game. So that's why he's still very close to the center here. He isn't going to drop down massively up or down. He is just holding that really high 95% pick rate. And then the rest actually look surprisingly close together. We don't have too many kind of outliners. And actually, amazingly, there's no one down here. Like, what the heck is going on? How is there no one down here? Remember, this is platinum and above in these graphs all the time on PC. So, yeah, I'm actually really surprised not to see like a Chanka down here or a Clash or something. So it's looking really, really good. That's actually quite impressive, I think. So let's move on to ban rates. So again, this is PC, platinum and above. We've got Thatcher being the top pick. We've got Jackal second, then Blackbeard, Monty, and then Flores actually managing to pop on there. So that's quite interesting. He is getting banned at least a little bit. Now, maybe that's just because the new season started. People just banned him just to be sure, perhaps. But it's certainly interesting to see Thatcher still massively up there in the band, and that is not surprising. And then for defenders, we got Mira being top pick. We've got Melusi just below, and we've got Valkyrie and Kaid, and then Clash just popping in there. So kind of interesting. Mira, of course, a good choice for some of the sites, so that's a good one to get banned. And Melusi being here in second shows she's still got some potential, even though she's got nerfed, and she is going to get, we know, a future nerf as well. However, that nerf is not coming yet. So let's move on to operator balancing. So first up is Ace here. He is getting smoke grenades removed and being added a Claymore. I love this. I'm actually a big fan of the Claymore, so I'm happy with that because I play Ace a lot. And they're also making it so that the Selma charge will actually destroy black mirror windows now from Mira. And you could kind of already do that. You could destroy the wall above or below them, but now it will actually destroy the window. I'm going to have to test if you have to have it directly on it, or if even just a little part of the side hits it, that will destroy it. Going to be very curious to see how that works out. And then the developers here, they talk about how Ace is a little bit too versatile and takes away from like other operators like Thermite, who is also getting a change in this as well. We'll be getting onto that shortly. And they've also said how Ace is a regular pick to go up against black mirrors, so they want to actually make him more useful for that, which is kind of cool. So you can effectively look at the smoke to Claymore change as a nerf, but some people might like that more, and the change to mirror windows is more of a buff. So I'm curious to see how he'll actually settle in next time we see these balancing graphs, because I think both of them are, to me, quite good changes for my playstyle. So I'm very curious to see how that'll play out for the kind of more general audience out there. Then we got Jackal. He's getting kind of a basic nerf here. So his main assault rifle is getting nerfed. He's going from 30 rounds plus one in the chamber down to 25. And the damage is going from 46 to 42. So it's getting a little bit of a nerf. And they say that basically Jackal is maybe just a touch too strong at this point. So yeah, curious. And they also think this might make it so that people actually use the PDW9 a little bit more, which is a good weapon in itself. But here we go, 95% pick rate, Mr. Jager, who we've seen is losing more games now than he was last time. So he is going to be getting reduced capacity in his gun. It's going from 30 plus 1 in the chamber down to 25 plus 1. And it's also getting increased recoil as well. And this is targeted towards the populations of top ranked and pro, but of course this will affect everybody who plays Jager. So it'll be interesting to see how some people are affected by this. Now again, they kind of give a good description of what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring down that presence. And yeah, I don't know if this is, again, I don't know if this is a change that will actually bring him down under that 95% pick rate. It's kind of like, it just doesn't, these tiny little changes I don't think are kind of getting to the point, but I don't really know of a better way to do it myself. So yeah, we'll see how that works out yet again. And then we've got changes to Chanka, and this is pretty big because all of these are buffs. Like, this is significant buffs to all of his aspects. So this is quite something. They say down here that initial feedback after Chanka's rework suggested that he would be too overpowered and game breaking. However, they actually found that once they looked at the data after he was out, that wasn't the case. And I would say that was the definite, because I have barely seen Chanka getting played in ranked games at all. So they are going to be buffing him all around. So for his grenade launcher, they're increasing the magazine capacity to 7 from 5. So that's firing out 7 grenades right after each other. They're increasing the fire duration to 7 seconds from 5. They're reducing the detonation time down to 0.7. It was 1. And they're increasing the radius of fire as well, up to 1.9 from 1.7. They're increasing the projectile distance that starts to drop to 20 meters from 8. This means you can be super accurate with it, even at distance. That's going to be insane. And they're going to increase the projectile speed to 30 from 20. That's also going to be a really good buff for him too. So amazing changes for his grenade launcher. That sounds great. And for his DP27, they're reducing the equip time and reducing the unequip time, so you can get it out or put it away quicker to obviously get your grenade launcher out. And they're looking to target casual, top ranked, and pros. This sounds really good, really good, but I'm curious to see if it'll actually change his pick rate, because you still have to be kind of smart at using the grenade launcher to see if those buffs will actually be useful to you. And then for Thermite here, replacing claymores with smoke grenades. So of course we've seen that the smoke grenades were getting taken off Ace, and they're now being put onto Thermite, which might mean that he is a bit more picked. And I'm not sure if that will happen, because Ace is still so versatile. Like, hard breaching from distance quickly and easily is really nice. Thermite is definitely a good choice. Like, he's the fastest, he makes the biggest hole, but I don't know if giving him the smokes is going to be enough. And apparently this is aimed at everybody, so casual, top ranked, and pro. And they just say, want to improve Thermite's capability in a wider range of in-game scenarios. So he'll be able to put down smokes, and that might mean getting off the feature plants a little bit easier with that hole that he creates. And then down here, a really good change for DMRs. They're removing access to the 1.0. Now I'm curious if that's also going to be on defense as well, because of course we do have our Rooney with the DMR. So is she losing her 1.0s? Because she already has a 1.5, because they're going to give access to the 1.5, the 2 and the 2.5, and the 3 is also going to of course be there as it is now. And they say that basically having just the 1 and the 3 didn't really work, because a lot of the situations the 3 is pretty much useless. So being able to put a 1.5 on a DMR is going to be so cool. I'm looking forward to that. And I assume that Arini will keep the 1.5. She won't gain any of these ones, I would guess. And maybe she'll still have the 1.0, or maybe she'll lose it. We'll see when the test server goes up. And that's the test server should be out this week. Don't know exact times just yet, but the mid-season patch will be the test server, and it'll probably be in there for at least a week or so, and then it'll come out after that. So let me know what you think of these changes in the comments below. Of course, I'll be back with actual tests of all this stuff in the future. But thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.